to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this super cute and adorable Hector charm, and this charm is from the movie Coco. So if you haven't already watched the movie Coco, it's a really good movie and I highly encourage you guys to watch it. And I have a tutorial on Miguel, who is another character from Coco. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out that tutorial. I will have a link in the description box down below, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. And it follows along with his guitar. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started on the instructions on making Hector. So first off, if you make this charm, be sure to tag me on my Instagram. My Instagram is @minion.rainbowloomer. And if you make this design, be sure to use the lovely hashtags, #RBL Hector, #RBL Coco Series, and #Minion Loomer. And like I said before, be sure to make those charms. And this is the basic band placement we will be creating for Hector. And these are the band counts you will be needing. So you'll need 1 red band, 11 purple bands, 8 black bands, and 23 white bands. You will also be needing 11 yellow bands. So here I have all my materials. You will be needing also a pair of scissors, and be sure to watch out as you cut. You will also need 1 rainbow loom in a staggered loom position. You will also need a metal tip crochet hook, any hook that you prefer. So without further ado, let's get right on into the tutorial for making Hector. Before we begin, I want to give credits to All Things Disney for the technique of making the hat. And I used the tutorial for the hat basically from his witch charm on Daisy Duck, and yeah. So I want to give credits to All Things Disney for the hat technique. So thank you very much. So to begin and get started with Hector, I'm going to take a single yellow band and I'm going to place it into the center pin of my loom, just like that. And what I'm going to do next is take a yellow band again, and I'm going to double loop it on my loom. So I'm going to take it and put it here, just on this pin. But now I want to twist it into a figure 8 and just overlap it with that yellow band. So there is a double loop band, just like that. And we're going to repeat that on the opposite end. So I'm taking a yellow band, a single yellow band, and just place it on my loom like this. And we're going to twist it into a figure 8, sorry about that. And now we're going to bring it up and overlap it. So now it looks like that. And the next process, what we are going to do is take another yellow band, and we're going to do the same thing but in the middle. So take a yellow band and just place it on your loom like so. And you're going to twist it into a figure 8 and overlap that yellow band. And just put it back up upon itself so that it looks like this. And this is the only bands we pretty much have to double loop. But otherwise we are going to make a cap band later on. So now what we are going to do is take 2 yellow bands. And we're going to place it on the left pin here going upwards, just like that. And we're going to take 2 more yellow bands and go from the center pin and just bring it up. So these are double bands, so 2 bands at a time. And we're going to take 2 more yellow bands and go from the right pin straight forward, just like that. So now we have the hat figuration to create our charm. And yeah. So now we're going to get started on creating Hector's head, and in order to create Hector's head, we are going to take double of our black loops, and we're going to take these 2 black bands and go from the left pin upwards to the center pin. And sorry if you see a bit of a glare. I will try to cover that up much as I can. So yeah. And now we're going to take double of our black bands once more and go from the right pin and straight forwards upwards to the center pin so that we have the hair. And now what we are going to do is take 2 white bands and we're going to go straight down into the center pin like that. Next we are going to take 2 more of our white bands and go from the left pin straight forwards, just like this. And I'm going to go ahead and take 2 more white bands and go from the right pin straight forward like that. And we're going to go ahead and take 2 more of our white bands, go from the center pin and go straight forward so that we have the head somewhat almost done. And just to close the head off, we're taking 2 of our white bands And we're gonna go into the center pin and bring it to the upper left pin. And we're gonna do that but with the opposite side. So take 2 of our white bands, go from the right pin and upwards, just like that. And now we are going to make Hector's neck here. So we're gonna take 2 white bands and go from the center pin straight forward. So that looks like that. And make sure you push your bands down as you go, so it can be a lot easier as you hook your design together. Now we're gonna switch colors and we're gonna move on to purple. So we're taking double of our purple bands, go from the left pin and straight to the center pin, just like that. And we're gonna go ahead and take 2 more of our purple bands, go from the right pin straight forwards into the center pin, just like that. And push your bands down as you go. Take 2 more of our purple bands, go from the left pin straight forwards, just like that. And I'm gonna take 2 more purple bands and just go from the right pin straight forwards. And now this is where we're gonna change colors again. So I'm going to take 1 white band and 1 black band so they look like this. And what I want to do is take these 2 bands and I'm going to put it in the center pin. So this is going to be like his bone, like as he continues on from his body. So yeah, if you haven't already, I'll show basically how it looks like Hector, like the normal picture version right here on the left side of the screen. So if you're curious to see how it looks like. Okay, so I realized as I was looking at my instructions, I forgot to add the brown bands. So what I'm going to do is show you how many brown bands you'll be needing to make the charm right now. So you will be needing 8 brown rubber bands. So to get started with the next step, we're taking 2 brown rubber bands and we're now gonna place it from the left pin and straight forward, just like that. We are going to take double of our brown bands again and go from the center pin straight forward. And we're going to take double of our brown bands, go from the right pin straight forward like so. So now we have the basic structure of making Hector. And all we need to do now is we're going to start creating our little hands and feet to get started in completing Hector, and we'll get started on creating the eyes, and we'll add the smile last, and also with this tie we'll add last. So I'm going to set my loom to the side here, and I'm going to take my handy dandy hook. And in order to create the hands, so if we take a look here, we have hands that are different, and that's what you really want, because on one of the hands, it's just a full, it's his bone basically, and on the other hand, there's his shirt piece that shows and all that. So if you really pay attention to how Hector is pointed out, you will see the difference, and it'll probably make a bit more sense as you look at the picture of Hector that I pull up on the past few minutes. But yeah, so in order to get started with making the hand, I am going to take a single white band, and I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see. And I'm going to take a single white band and wrap it around my hook 2 times and once more, so you have 3 loops on your hook. We are going to take double of our white bands and carefully pull it through the cap band just like that. And we're now going to reclaim so that we have 1 hand here, and this is this hand. And to make another hand, you are going to take a single white band and do that same step by wrapping it around your hook 2 times and once more, which you should have 3 loops. Then we are going to take double of our purple bands, and we're going to take it and just slide this cap band through the purple bands, and go ahead and reclaim just like that. And we're now going to take our loom, and we are going to take one of our hands here and go ahead and give it a good stretch and place it on your loom like this. So actually I kind of want to take this band with the purple, and what I'm going to do is place it on the right side. So I'm taking it and I'm going to put it on this pin here, just like that. Make sure you release all the loops on this pin so you don't miss any. And now I'm going to take the other hand and just place it on the left side here, just like that. So now we have the hands placed on, and we just need to add the feet, and then later we'll add the triangle bands and the eye bands. So now to make the feet, we are taking a single rubber band, and I think I'll show you that later. But for now, I think I'll show you how to make the eyes. And in order to make the eyes, I'm going to set my loom to the side again. Take a single black band and you're going to wrap it around your hook 3 times, which one more you should create 4 loops. So here I have 4 loops. I'm going to slide that down on my hook and repeat that same step. Take a single band, wrap it around your hook 3 times and once more to create 4 loops. And I'm going to take a single black rubber band and slide that through. So there's that band, and take this band, slide that through. Now what we are going to do is separate the eyes a bit, and we're going to take our piece here, our loom, and we're going to take one side of it and just place it on the bottom of the head. Now you're going to take it and separate these bands, and just take this band and place it on the upper center pin. Then take the band on your hook and go ahead and place it on this pin here. Just like that. So now we have the face structured out, and all we need to do is add more of our triangle bands. So I'm going to take a single yellow band and place a triangle here, but we're going to twist it into a figure 8 just like that, and you want to overlap it just like this, so that you have a double loop triangle band on this top here. And now we're going to take a look at the bottom. Take a single brown band, and we're going to make a single triangle band. So just take that and do it like that. No need to twist it into a figure 8 or anything. And now I'm going to take another brown band and make a triangle band just like this. And you're going to take your hook now, and you're going to take it and just hook this straight forward like that, so that it looks like that. That's all we basically did, and this is how Hector looks like. And all we need to do now is add his feet. So in order to create Hector's feet, I'm setting my loom to the side once more. Take a single band, wrap it around your hook 2 times and once more, which creates 3 loops. Then I'm going to go ahead and take double of our white bands and just slide that through and reclaim. So now it looks like that. And go ahead and place it on your loom. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and make the other leg. Take a single band, wrap it around your hook 2 times and once more, which creates 3 loops. And I'm going to take double of our white bands. Go ahead and slide that through and reclaim. Take your other leg and go ahead and put that right here. And what you want to do is turn it slanted so it looks like this. And make sure it's like the hands, but you're going to do that with the feet so it has a curving effect, so like it's standing, I guess. And all we need to do now is get started with the hooking process, and yeah. So without further ado, let's get started with that. And now what I'm going to do is insert my hook in this pin here. Take both the white and black band and hook that straight forward on my loom. And now we're going to get started on hooking the feet. And in order to hook the feet, I'm inserting my hook through everything, and make sure you pull back all the triangle bands and the white feet bands. And we're going to take the bottom 2 brown bands and hook it straight forward on our pin. And we're going to pull back this triangle band here, take double of our purple bands, and go ahead and hook that straight forward like that. And we're going to turn our loom a bit and grab the bottom 2 brown bands here and hook that straight forward on my loom. Go ahead, pull back that triangle band and grab the bottom 2 purple bands, sorry. And now I'm going to insert my hook here on the left side and grab the bottom 2 purple bands and hook it to the left center pin, so hook it to the center pin. Go back. If you missed a band, go ahead and go back and take the other band and do the same step what we did. Now I'm going to pull back the hands and grab the bottom 2 purple bands and hook it to the center pin from the right pin, just like that. And we finished hooking the body for Hector, and all we need to do now is insert our hook, grab the very bottom 2 white bands, and hook that straight forward on our loom. And now we're going to get started on hooking Hector's face, and in order to do that, we are going to take our hook and grab the top 2 white rubber bands and hook it to the right side of our loom, just like that. Go ahead and insert it back in and collect the top 2 white bands and hook it to the left pin. Grab the last 2 white bands and hook that straight forward, just like that. And now you can pull back this triangle band, collect the bottom 2 white, and go ahead and hook that straight forward on our loom. So we have the center half of the face hooked. Now I'm going to pull back this triangle band here and grab the bottom 2 white bands and hook that straight forward on our loom, just like that. Go ahead and do that. Oops, sorry about that. Go ahead and do that same step by grabbing the bottom 2 white bands and hook that straight forward on our loom. Now we're going to get started on hooking Hector's head. So in order to do that, taking the top 2 black bands and hook that straight into the center pin from the left. Now I'm grabbing the top 2 black bands on the right side of my loom and hook these into the center pin, just like that. So we officially have Hector hooked up on our loom, and all we need to do is hook up his hat. And in order to do that, I'm inserting my hook here, grabbing the bottom 2 yellow bands and hooking that straight forward on my loom from the center pin. I'm going to grab these 2 yellow bands here and hook it from straight forward on my loom. So now I'm going to do the same step, grab these 2 yellow bands and hook this straight forward on my loom, just like that. And now I am going to take my hook, grab the double loops yellow bands and hook this straight forward on my loom, just like that. And I'm going to pull back this triangle band here, grab the double loop yellow bands, and you want to be careful from the tension, and you're going to take it and hook it into the center pin here, just like that. I'm going to pull back the double loop triangle band here and grab the double loop yellow bands from the right pin and hook it straight forward like that. And now I'm inserting my hook into the center pin, carefully hooking this yellow band straight forward on my loom, just like that. And now we are going to make a slip knot. So grab the bottom band here, and I'm going to try to focus it so you can see. And I'm going to grab the bottom band and hook that straight over. And now I'm going to pull tightly on the slip knot, just like that. Now we are able to remove Hector off our loom. I'm going to do that right now, and show you the next step on what to do next. So I just removed it off my loom and it looks like this, and all I need to do is give it a good stretch and pull the eyes out a bit and organize Hector up a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to pull on the lovely feet here and organize him. Oh, and make sure if your feet look like this and you're kind of confused on how it's like that, make sure you take it and push it downwards like that. I know it kind of tricked me a bit. I thought I made a mistake, but no, I didn't. So just pull the feet downwards so that it looks like this, and everything should be just fine. So go ahead and stretch the handy dandy hands out and fix his face a little bit, because we will be needing to do some other stuff for creating Hector. So here we have Hector, and where he's not exactly done like this Hector, and all we need to do now is add the smile, add the little strap tie to his neck here, and fix his hat up a bit. So in order to do that, first up we will be creating his smile. I am going to take my hook here, and we're going to take a look at the face. So we are wanting to insert our hook into this piece here and into this piece here where my hook is. And what I'm going to do is take a look at Hector from the front, and what I'm going to do is take my hook and insert it through these 4 bands here on the face, and this is the bottom portion of Hector's face. And we're now going to take a single black band and pull it through these 4 loops. So now after we did that, it looks like this. And we are wanting to turn our hook, and make sure you hold this band here with your finger. Now I'm inserting my hook onto the right side of my, here on the head, or the left side, sorry. And I'm going to take this black band, and I want to take this band and put it on my hook carefully. And I'm going to pull it through the head, just like that. And go ahead and give it a tug on the side here. And you should have 2 black bands here, and this is how the smile is looking. And all we need to do is take a white single band and go ahead and slide it through these 2 black bands. And go ahead and reclaim and slip knot. Now we're going to go ahead and hide this slip knot so we don't see it in our charm. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And go ahead and slide it through these loops. Make sure not to grab the eye bands because that would not turn out right. And make sure you don't grab any other bands as you're hiding it. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly fix it up. And careful not to grab any other bands. And go ahead and organize. And now that's how we hide the slip knot, and go ahead and fix it. And this is how Hector looks like. So we added his smile, and now what we are going to do is finish the head. So we're going to organize his hat up a bit so it looks like this. And we are going to do a bit of a lumigurumi technique here. You will need 6 bands of yellow. So I have 6 bands here, and we are going to do a lumigurumi technique for this. So what you're going to do, I'm going to focus so you can see. So we are going to stretch out the hat, and you see here, this is how it looks like. And I will follow along with you guys. So I'm going to take a look here, take the side of the hat, so right here, insert your hook on the side and collect 4 bands. And what we are going to do is take a single yellow band, slide that through, reclaim, and do a slip knot. Just a slight slip knot, not a super tight one, just a simple slip knot like this. And what we are going to do now is insert our hook into the middle portion here. So these 2 yellow bands, and take another yellow band, slide it through these 4 loops now, and reclaim. And do a simple slip knot. Take the first band here, so I'll show you that. Take this band and slide it through these 2. Just like that. So you should see the edge of the hat is forming. So now I'm going to insert my hook into these 4 bands here. And now what I'm going to do is take a single yellow band, slide it through these 4 loops here, and reclaim. Take the first band and slide it through these 2 loops. Just like that. Now we're going to take a look here at the side of the hat and take these 2 bands here, just 2 bands, and this is the side of the hat. And I'm going to take it and slide it through those 2 loops and reclaim this yellow band. Take this first band and slide it through these 2 loops, just like that. And now what we are going to do is insert our hook here into the center portion and collect 4 loops in the hat. And I'm going to take a single yellow band and slide it through these 4 loops, sorry about that, and reclaim. Take this band and slide it through these 2 loops, just like that. And I'm now going to coming to an end. I am now going to an end, so I'm going to take these 2 bands here where we first started, but don't insert into here, just insert it to the last portion here. So I'm inserting my hook into these 2 loops, take a single band and complete my final stitch, and slide the first band through and reclaim. So now what I'm going to do is insert my hook into these 2 loops, so right here. And sorry if I'm not grabbing it. But anyways, I'm now going to take these 2 loops and take another yellow band. So probably 17 to 18 yellow bands like I said before. I'm going to take a yellow band and slide it through these 3 loops and reclaim. And I'm going to do a slip knot and go ahead and tighten that up. So it looks like that. So you do not want to leave the slip knots hanging, otherwise Hector will look a little bit odd. So be sure to go ahead and take your slip knots and hide it into the hat. That's the main important step with this design. Always hide your slip knots, because then your charm's going to be looking a little bit floppy and all that. So just organize it, try your best to, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So if you want to keep it as a charm, go ahead and keep this one like standing out, but it's up to you. But I'm going to hide it, and we have the hat. And go ahead and pull like the bands down a bit so it looks a bit organized. So here we have Hector's hat, yay! So all we need to do now is add his little tie, and this part's pretty basic and easy to complete. What we are going to do is take a single red band. So anyways, now I'm going to take a look at his head here, and I'm going to take my hook and just collect it so it looks like this. So this is the back portion, this is the front portion, and I'm going to just do it like this. So I'm going to put it in towards the neck. I'm inserting my hook so it looks like this, and I'm not collecting any bands at all. So I'm just taking a single red band and slide it through, and you're going to kind of want to wrap it around his neck so it looks like this. So this is the back, and then this is the front, and we are not collecting any other band. Just go ahead and take this red band and make a slip knot. You can go ahead and pull a little tight, not too tight, just make sure it doesn't come apart. And now what we are going to do is take a pair of scissors, and here I have my scissors, and I'm going to carefully take the slip knot and pull it through my scissors just like this. And now what you want to do is just do a simple chop, so just like that. The last official step we have to do is add the straps to our Hector charm, and you will need around 4 to 6 bands, I'd say, to make the strap. I will make one with you guys, so each strap takes around 3 bands. So I'm going to pull out 3 bands, and I think I'll show you on both sides. So we're going to take a look here at our charm, and what we are going to do is insert where the pants are. So take your hook and insert into these 2 loops here. So there's 4 loops, and it looks like this. And I'm going to take a brown band and slide that through. Now it looks like this, and I'm going to kind of turn my hand a bit so you can kind of see. And we're now going to want to insert our hook into this top chain here, which is the next chain in the shirt color. And I'm going to insert my hook here and collect the 4 loops. So I'm moving my hand a bit and collecting these 4 loops. And it looks like that. And I'm going to replace this brown band here on my hook, so it looks like that. So I'm sorry about that. So it looks like this. And now what we all have to do is I'm going to fix my hand a bit so you can see a better perspective. And I'm going to kind of push the hand down so it looks like that. I'm going to take a single brown band and slide it through all the loops. And just like that. And I'm going to reclaim that band. So this is the 3rd band, and I'm going to now make a slip knot. So this is on top of the hand now. Go ahead and make a tight slip knot so that it looks like this. And I'm going to organize and pull the hand out a bit so that we have 1 strap to the overalls, like pretty much complete. And go ahead and hide the brown slip knot band. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real fast. And now to do the next strap of our charm, we are going to take our hook and insert our hook into the back part of the charm and collect the 4 loops. Just make sure you don't grab any other bands. So it looks like that. And I'm going to take 3 more of my brown bands, and I'm going to take a band and slide it through these 4 loops here. And make sure you don't collect any other band here. So I'm just going to remove this band and do that. So now we have it like this, and we're now going to insert into the shirt here. So collect these 2 bands and these 2 bands, so it looks like this. And I'm going to take this band and put it on my hook, and it looks like this. And you should take a single brown band again, slide it through all the loops that we just pulled through, and you want to go on top towards the hand and reclaim that brown band. So it looks like this, but you want to pull the hand through this brown band. So it looks like this. So it's at the top of the hand. And make sure you take a single brown band, and all you have to do is slide it through these two loops and make a slip knot. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that's how you add the strap to your charm, and go ahead and hide this slip knot through. So that's how you basically create the strap to your charm. That's how you make the Hector charm from Disney's Coco. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and make Miguel and his guitar. And make this charm too if you haven't already. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to my channel for more great videos like this. And subscribe to become part of the Minion Loom squad. And yeah, anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Be sure to tag me so I can see your renditions on Instagram. And I will see you later in my next video. Bye!